Hello, I'm Laurence Marsteller, CEO of Radiance Therapeutics. My thanks to the team at OIS for allowing us to preview this new glaucoma innovation. And I'm delighted to join the innovators at Radiance, including Sir Pang Kaw and his team at Moorfields Eye Hospital and other leading institutions around the world who have made this therapy possible. It is my pleasure to introduce Radiance Therapeutics, commercializing an ophthalmic medical device for glaucoma. Starting with an overview, as we know, glaucoma is the leading cause of irreversible blindness. The unmet need in moderate to severe glaucoma is the high failure rate of glaucoma drainage surgery. Radiance Therapeutics is commercializing an ophthalmic medical device. This innovation comes from world-leading glaucoma specialists. It is in an advanced state of therapeutic development. It has already been proven in randomized controlled trials to improve efficacy. This innovation comes from Moorfields Eye Hospital and University College London. Together, they are the world's most successful hospital-university partnership in ophthalmology innovation. Leading our innovation team is Professor Sir Pang Kaw. Sir Pang pioneered the antimetabolite therapy mitomycin C, currently used in glaucoma drainage surgery, that is now the standard of care. Today, Sir Pang is pioneering beta therapy as better therapy. In advanced glaucoma disease, patients require definitive surgical intervention. Trabeculectomy is the gold standard surgery to lower IOP. The surgery creates a fistula or trapdoor to let the aqueous humor drain into a reservoir under the conjunctiva called the bleb. More recently, the innovation in transscleral MIGS allows for a flow control device to similarly drain the aqueous humor from the anterior chamber into the subconjunctival space. However, both these surgeries have an unacceptably high failure rate from scarring. We can see in the lower left-hand corner a picture of a functioning bleb. This is allowing the aqueous humor to escape from inside the eye and allowing for low IOP. Unfortunately, in a number of patients, progressive postoperative scarring leads to a scarred bleb, which restricts the flow of aqueous humor out of the eye, leading to an elevated IOP and progressive vision loss. This is seen in the data reported that glaucoma surgery has an unfortunate 50% failure rate at 3 years. This data reported by our friends at MarketScope. Likewise, in the new transscleral MIGS devices, recent presentations at the American Glaucoma Society reveal that the transscleral MIGS have a 53% failure rate at 3 years and a 59% scarring rate at 4 years. This despite the current standard of care, which is prophylaxis with the antimetabolite drugs mitomycin C or 5-fluorouracil. This standard of care was introduced by Sir Pang and is known as the Moorfields Safe for Surgery system. And while an innovation in its time, it was widely recognized to have workflow and toxicity issues, and it fails 50% of the time within 3 years, as the data reported earlier. Meeting this unmet need, Radiance Therapeutics solution is the beta ophthalmic system, which provides a device-based anti-scarring prophylaxis that works. The Radiance solution is a topical application of beta therapy. It is quick, 30-second application over the intact conjunctiva. It's easy to use, intuitive, and non-invasive. The mechanism of action of low-dose beta therapy is to downregulate the fibroblast cell line that is responsible for scarring via effects of the cell cycle controller P53. Turning to the extensive clinical experience, almost unprecedented, 4 randomized controlled trials powered for efficacy and proving superiority have already been completed and have been published in leading peer-reviewed journal articles. Based on this data set, patients are currently being treated electively at Moorfields Eye Hospital and other leading institutions. Turning to the clinical data, Kerwin et al. Was a randomized controlled trial powered for efficacy, published in the British Medical Journal, that enrolled 320 patients undergoing trabeculectomy. They were randomized head-to-head placebo or beta therapy. As we can see in the chart to the left, the blue dotted line representing the placebo group and the red line representing the beta cohort. At 1 year, approximately 30% of the patients in placebo group had had progressive scarring, progressive vision loss, whereas only approximately 5% of the beta group had had scarring. At 3 years, the dotted line being the placebo group had an approximately 50% surgical failure rate with progressive scarring and vision loss versus the beta therapy group that only had a 10% failure rate at 3 years. All the patients represented above the dotted line up to the red line would have gone on to further vision loss had it not been for the intervention of beta therapy. This represents a large increase in efficacy, something that's not seen very often in medication. In a subsequent study, Cook et al., another randomized controlled trial powered for efficacy, enrolled 117 patients undergoing trabeculectomy that were randomized either to mitomycin C or beta therapy. The odds ratio at 1 year, beta therapy eyes were 3.2 times more likely to have a functioning bleb versus mitomycin C treated eyes to statistical significance, and beta therapy eyes were 5.6 times more likely to have an interocular pressure less than 16 millimeters of mercury on no additional medical treatment versus mitomycin C treated eyes, again to statistical significance. And on average at 1 year, beta therapy eyes have an IOP 4 millimeters of mercury lower than the mitomycin C cohort. And then here for the first time at OIS, we're very pleased to preview newest data, which is a retrospective cohort study representing 20 years of follow-up. This chart review reviewed 292 patients undergoing trabeculectomy with beta therapy, performed between 1992 and 1996 at Moorfields Eye Hospital. This is the longest follow-up reported to date. Importantly, no adverse events attributed to beta therapy were seen. Beta therapy is safe. Also notably, beta therapy is effective. At 5 years, beta therapy allowed for a 96% surgical success rate with stable IOP and no scarring. At 20 years, the success rate was at an astounding 83%. In conclusion, beta therapy for trabeculectomy safely enhances the durability of IOP reduction, and beta therapy enables transscleral MIG success as a demonstrated anti-scarring technology. Thank you.